What up, G's? Alright, here we go. We're gonna start this nice and simple today. No gaming today. I was waiting upon a lot of hardware to get here today, and it turns out that it all bunched up today. Hopefully, I get my parts tomorrow and we'll start the build on that little micro system that I want to set up. And today, we're just gonna open a box of tools that you need to fix computers, to mess around with the circuits, and don't be afraid of that. So I do a lot of RetroPies and stuff like that, and I like to solder a lot of little projects here and there together. I like to place a lot of the objects together.
Hello.
What's up, Lone Star? How you doing, man? So I'm gonna open a box of items. That's all I am today. Items of what we're gonna present and what we're gonna use this for. You're gonna see me more often use these things in the show, and I'm gonna start tinkering with stuff. I know, but it's all related to gaming. Trust me, it's all related to gaming. I'm building my own retro game system arcade, big ass monster that's taking place, but I need to solder stuff, and I bought some stuff here that it's all tools, like the title says, computer repair tools. That's all it is, pretty much. So I went to, first of all, let me move this box because it's super heavy. Let's put the box here on the side so you guys come out. So I went and I bought the Gorilla Glue. On top of that, I bought this. If you guys don't know what this is, well, I'm gonna keep it sealed because it's a little dangerous. It's because when you solder, sometimes you want to make sure that it gets all the little parts, and you need this. It is called Kester 9590 liquid. I'm sorry, I'm calling it liquor. I guess I missed liquor. Liquid, and it's for soldering. It's a flux. That's pretty much what it is. It's the same thing as the other flux remover. You know how you remove the actual if you guys ever solder, it's just the same kind of material, but it's a liquid format and it's easier. And I bought also some Allen wrenches too. And on top of that, do you know what? This is probably one of the best buys I had bought. I bought this freaking heat gun. And what else? Let me see what I was able to do. I was actually telling you guys, I made this design and I melted this thing, but it didn't come out very good because it was too strong on it. But we're gonna just go ahead and jump into the boxes and we'll see what we're gonna get, because we're gonna use this stuff. And like I said, the show is called, it's just computer repair parts. That's all it is. So we're gonna put this box here on the side. Oh, I forgot to tell you, a little set of tools. This is the cheesiest tool set I ever bought. But you know what? To be honest with you, for $7 at Harbor Freight, it's not bad. Honestly, this one's probably one of my best ones. I had this one probably for over, I think almost over 10 years. This one, and this is a boxer, and the original box I have in the back, it's all falling apart. I don't even have a cover for it, so it was time for me to get a new one, and it's not the same. I mean, this is cheesy material. For $7, you're gonna get cheesy material, but compared to these are freaking different. They have magnet too. These are not even magnetized. $7.
Lone Star.
$12.
LOL. I have 2 of those tool sets.
You do? Of these or the boxers? Which ones do you have? The boxers? The boxers have been one of the best ones ever, dude. I had this for over 10 years. Love it, man. It's all falling apart. Missed a couple of them already, but this is a piece of crap. I bought it because I thought, I was going to replace, but I think I'm just going to replace and use the box. But which one do you have? 2 of these? 2 of the green ones? The sorry Harbor Freight made in China parts? Is that what you have? But they don't make these no more. I can't find them in a lot of places. So I'm going to put that on the side. I actually bought that tool here. And on top of let's get the show started. All right, here. You guys know what this is? I'm gonna open it up so you guys can see it.
Lone Star, the gray set ones.
Oh, the gray set ones? Oh, okay. Now this is it's like electrical tape, but it's not. It's pretty for circuitry. If you see it, if you guys see it a little closer, I thought it was much bigger in the picture. Amazon presented it was supposed to be thicker than this. This I can work
Lone
with this
Star,
still.
Harbor Freight One.
Yeah. Oh, the Harbor Freight. Yeah, there's a piece. They're a piece of crap. I mean, I'm already. They're not magnetized. They're falling apart. The boxers are the ones that I had for years. Now, I bought this. Of course, it's made in China. You know, it's this is high temperature tape. That's pretty much what it is. It's for the circuitry. So if you're gonna solder stuff and put it together, it's pretty much like I would say like electrical tape, but it's not. It's the thin fine mesh. Let me see if I have a piece of it somewhere on here. That oh yeah, you know what? I do have it. It's this kind of tape right here on the actual hard drives. When they have them, they have this kind of tape. This is pretty much what it is. It's like it's set to take temperatures and have connections. It's pretty much the material that protects some of the circuitry. It's not that bad, you know. So I actually needed this because I'm doing my side project, and I'm gonna bring it here live so you guys can see my side projects that I'm working on. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm just gathering the equipment and materials so you guys can see all the stuff that I'm going to bring. But this is something that I needed, and it's for high temperatures. It's not that bad. They give you a little bit. It's too thin, to be honest with you. I wish it was thicker, so I'm gonna have to work with this. All right, so I bought that. And what else did we get in the box? Oh, let's get this. Oh, here it goes. I bought this one. If you guys don't know what this is, you guys never clean your house, never clean the computer. Now this one, I was surprised they gave me two, to be honest. But I know why they gave me two different pieces. Now because they're different nozzles. Now, if you guys ever seen these are actually tubes to actually clean dust control, and you attach them to your freaking vacuum cleaner, and it only sucks in the stuff that it needs to. And this is a perfect material for your laptops and desktops if you're gonna clean them in there, you know. And they give you two different ones, of course, you know, two different attachments on it. This is for the longer version of it. And this was like $5, $10, and they give you extensions too in case your vacuum doesn't have it. Say you have quarters in the bottom of your cup holder, and you don't want to pick up the quarters, but you want to keep up all the crumbs, all your chingaderas you've been eating out there, your crackers, your cacahuates, your pepper Pringles and all that shit. You know, you just put it in there. This is really good for the laptops and the desktops. This is actually too big. I might cut it down to half a size. And, you know, clean up a couple of things, vacuum it. It's only going to take the material that it needs, like the dust bunnies, particles, and stuff like that. So this is tools I bought for work too, pretty much. You know, it's all work tools. I'm going to be using it because some of the shit that I get is like super dirty. People don't respect their computers. You know, like they don't respect their women probably. You know, it's just they throw this shit in the truck. Hey, vámonos. You know, that's how it is pretty much in all these things, you know. But I'm beginning to, you know, I don't like to touch people's computers, to be honest with you. You know what they do with their computers? You know what they do? They play the dice. You know that. You know they do that. You know, some cochinos playing out there with... I don't even want to know about it, man. So, I tend to not touch the machines too much, but it happens, you know, all the time. Damn, now how do they put this shit back? Oh, here goes. There we go. Put it to the bottom here. So if I'm covering you guys, oh yeah, this camera's covering you guys. So I'm gonna move this on the bottom too. Let me move this to the bottom. So I bought these things because I wanted to test them out, and to be honest with you, the straws seem like they're too big for the system. So I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna see how far I can use it for. But it came on the little box, $6 for this. You know, it's the attachments. They seem like regular straws, to be honest with you. They even, you can even suck through them like regular straws. It's crazy. But shit that people buy. Yeah, I'm the mental that buys them, of course. But it's because I need it. So, hey, you know, I got some crumbs on the bottom of my car that I need to clean. Some laptops and desktops to clean. I'm going to put this on the side, which is really good. I'm going to put on, let's open the other boxes, dude. Oh, here. We'll start with the smaller box. Actually, I should start with the larger one. Just to be honest with you, I've not opened any of these things. This is the first time I'm opening all this stuff. It's all brand new. It just arrived, and I just decided to. I got nothing to do today. I don't want to play PUBG. You know, it's like that. It's it's like a freaking candy that they gave it to taste and then they take it away, and it's like you just don't want to try anything else until you get that lollipop back. That's how I felt with Black Ops yesterday. It was a good game, man. Actually, I really like Black Ops. I think it's a great approach, and I'm glad they're bringing it out on October 12th, because we're gonna have a big LAN party, and I'm gonna clean up all this mess. I'm actually going through the whole thing. We're gonna put a little arena here. We're gonna have a bunch of stuff, and you guys, we're gonna stream all day, starting from 5 to midnight. That's what we're gonna stream all day. We're gonna be playing competition, Street Fighter competition. We're gonna play retro games. We're gonna be playing all night, and we're gonna be drinking. We're gonna be it's just eating, drinking, and a bunch of fellas. And you'll get to see my crew. Everybody's coming over, and I'm happy that everybody's gonna come and join us. So let's go ahead and start with the box. And you guys can join us too, man. Be part of the crew. So we got soldering. I know what this is now. So they give you, oh shoot, man, this is a plus for me. Oh. Well, let me educate some of the people if you guys don't know how to do this stuff. This is so you could clean your nozzle of your soldering material, right? It's pretty much just copper. It's like the same kind of material that you use to wash your old ollas, your old stove. You used to use this. Your mom used to use this probably back in the days. Well, they use it to clean the nozzles now of the actual soldering devices. And this, oh, I like this. I know what this is. Check this out. I'm gonna bring this up here. This is a little heavy. This you could buy anywhere. I seen this in Harbor Freight, but this is from Amazon. I didn't buy it in Amazon. I bought it through Amazon. Sorry. This is pretty much when you're gonna be working with smaller materials. You could grab onto him and solder him at the same time and work around it. So say a motherboard breaks down with the fans, the circuit actually broke apart or something, you got to solder it together. This is perfect stuff, and they give you all this stuff. All this came in a box. I guess it was a combo in this stuff. And this is what a good tool. If you guys don't know what this is, I know it's not an injection, so don't change the channel yet. It's actually a solder remover. So when you're using that flux that I just showed you, and it becomes a ball, and before it dries up, you actually you have to suck it out. This pretty much just sucks the thing out, and you can remove it. You could twist it and take it apart, and that's all it does. It's just to suck the extra metal that you don't want in there, or you want to remove some solder. You just push the button and it sucks it out, and by the time it sucks it out, the material generates some air, compressing into the system, that it cools it down. And then you could just take this apart, and then if you guys are not familiar, I'm just throwing it in there so you guys could check it out. But this is not bad. This is not bad little tool. I'm actually gonna cover this. My neighbor's here. Hey Jax, come here. Oh yeah, okay, I see you, dog. I see you. So let me put this back in here. The solder. So, they give me this crazy solder. How many? Oh, this is not that bad. This is the flux. How much? 8 milligrams, which is not bad. You don't really need too much of it. But if you're going to start out small circuitry, this is probably what you want to use. This is pretty plus. This is a plus. I actually needed one of these yesterday. And to throw it in there, that's even better. That's even better. So let's move it along. Let's get to the big box. Oh, here we go. This is the big giant box, and it's heavy. It's heavy duty, to be honest with you. So I know what this is. This is the solder device that you need, but it's not just any. It's the SSA51. That's what it's called. All right. It's a Ciolati. So let's find out exactly how to put this sucker together and get it out. Wow, they give you in like different boxes in here. It's like a puzzle. Let me get them all out. All right. So first of all, the brains, it's right here. Let me get that camera in there so you guys can see a little bit better. There you go. All right. They give you the brains, of course, on here. This is pretty much what's going to control the heat. You can control the heat. It heats up. But this is the thing I purchased it for. The nozzle, actually, you can actually replace the nozzles on this one, which is, I needed something like this. Actually, I'm twisting it the wrong way. But you could replace the nozzles. Oh, shit. I'm not going to do it on here. It's embarrassing if I can't even open it. Oh, here it goes. There it goes. So this releases it. It's like and in case you want to solder even lower, see this, you could replace this. Heats up, generates a heat. It conducts with the lead that you put in there, and pretty much does the rest of the work. So I actually got this one because I need to solder small little devices, and this is a great object, great device. And here's the brains to go with it. Now this one's a pretty good one. This one is a really classic one. They give you the temperature here, how much temperature you need to see some material to actual heat up. It doesn't tolerate hotter than a certain temperatures. But if you set up the temperature as it tells you on the instructions here, in sometimes not these Chinese ones, but the Americans one, they tell you, hey, it starts melting point at 26 degrees or something like that. I'm just making it up, but they pretty much tell you. In fact, when you buy like printing material, let me show you something what I'm talking about. Here, for example, when you buy printing material, this is a 3D printer, and it tells you here on the tolerance of the heat. Let me see if I could see it in here. Well, I guess I'm getting the wrong ones, but some of them tell you the tolerance of the heat when it starts melting. It's the same thing with the solder. It tells you how much it tolerates before it starts melting. But once it starts melting, all the stuff starts working out. And this is where you actually control it, the temperature in here. Up, down, very simple. You plug it in, plug in this part, and you're ready to go. Nothing else came in the box with this, other than the other 3 boxes I'm going to open up. This is not a box, it's an empty thing. Let me see. This other box came in with it, so let's open it up. Oh, look at this. This is a plus. I actually didn't even know it came with this. This is a plus. Oh, and an extra one too. Jeez, that's another plus. This is the other piece I was talking about. Now, this is for sharper edges. You know, if you guys see it, let me see. If you guys put it in the camera, put in this one. It looks like a knife almost. So on this one, this is actually the base that I was talking about, that you put in the head in here and you rest it in there. You clean it up. This where you keep wet, and then you just clean it up in here. You keep it wet in case it doesn't come out completely, or you want to cool it off. Sometimes you got to cool it off first, and then you scrape it off, and then you put it in here for the rest. This is pretty much if you're going to start soldering stuff. And the reason I bought this is because I got a couple motherboards that for some reason somebody pulled the PCI extensions, and I got to solder them back. I actually put one of these these things back together too. Not this one in particular, but there was a couple ones that were broken. I don't know how people freaking break things they're not supposed to be touching, but they get broken. All right. So I was able to solder pieces, and now if you notice, the hard drives are getting super tiny, really small to work with now these days. Especially if you want to do a data recovery or anything like that. It's not very simple. It's not very simple. You got to go into with small little tools just like this, like I just demonstrated you know. And it's something that I don't like to do, but you got to do what you got to do. I mean, it's like nobody else is going to fix it. If they're looking at you to fix it, you're the go-to person. You know, there's nobody above but you. You know, that's pretty much. So these are the tools I wanted to talk to you guys about. And I bought them because we're going to start using them. And I might bring in a couple items. If you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, making your own systems, you know, making your own games. For example, let me bring an example of stuff I'm talking about. Here, let me move this to the side. And I might have shown you guys already in the past about this stuff, but I'm gonna talk about it. And if you guys ever work with RetroPie systems, you need to learn some of the soldering devices. And especially if you're gonna be working with more of the hold on, let me move all this crap out of the way. Here it goes. So I'm gonna bring stuff like this, and if you guys ever work with stuff like this and you want to make your own RetroPie system, look at this system, putting it together. I love this. Look at that. This is a little Nintendo right there. You see that? It's a little Nintendo case. I love it, man. It's for a RetroPie. So right here you can put all your arcades. You can put all your classic games. They'll fit in here. Your Super Nintendo, your main games. Your Sega games, your Nintendo Cube kind of doesn't work very well, but I just go with there, you know. So this one doesn't have a reset button, and I'm gonna do a reset button. I'm gonna do a little light on it, and I need to solder some of the pieces into these kind of materials. So I've been working on them, and this is a RetroPie. I got the B, and this is the first generation. Of course, I have 128 gigs of a card that I'm gonna give away. This system, I'm gonna give it away, and I'm gonna throw in the controllers. All right, I'm gonna give this stuff away, but not today. You're gonna have to sign up. And like I said, I'm almost done. I need another 2 or 3 days to work on this stupid video I'm working on, and I'm trying to get it out. So I'm gonna make a system here and put it together and make sure that the light turns on and off, and so you guys could turn it off and on if I could, and make it simple for everybody to use. You know, simple little GIF. I'm gonna send you this separate from this, right? Because it's illegal to actually have it together if you have all this stuff. This is 128 gigs of games. You believe that shit, man? In the future, man, how much we went from some giant hard drive to something so small and puny that actually this has more memory than some of this. I mean, this is the future. It's getting smaller and smaller, and I'm very impressed when you see stuff like that. The only problem with this, it generates a lot of heat, and it doesn't contain a lot of the circuitry to spread around. So the larger it is, the easier it is to spread the heat around. So these things tend to overheat and burn out sometimes from time to time. But like I said, the future will get better. And this has a 128 gig hard drive of a memory, fully loaded, with all the retro games in here that I don't think you're ever gonna need anything else. And of course, I'll set it up. I'll set up the controllers. You know, they're cheap little controllers, but they remind me of the old Nintendo, Super Nintendo, you know. And I'll have it pre-programmed. In fact, you know, we'll do that live. You could do that live today if you go on. We could just pre-program them and set it up and see what you get. You guys want to do that? You guys want to say a hell yeah? You want to see that? We'll put it on. We're just gonna turn it on then, all right? So this is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna rest it here so it won't get lost. I need to make sure that the right system is in, and we'll see what you guys get in here. All right, let me make sure that this is the proper, okay, properly set. This is in here. Close it out. Let's plug it in. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Let's get a power supply. Let me grab a power, and we'll go ahead and turn it on. So it needs to generate a micro SD connection, and for one reason or another, I don't know where they are every time you need them, but actually I just put one away. So let me get one real quick, and we'll get it going here live. Might as well see what you guys are gonna get, and let me know what you guys think about. You know, some of this stuff is old school. It's old school stuff, but it runs really well. I was very impressed with the actual RetroPie. Just trying to find the right connection. Got all these stupid cables running around me. And oh, I found it. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Ah. I'm actually going to put a RetroPie on this one. And on this one. And on this one too. So you have a RetroPie. This used to be my old RetroPie. I don't want to talk about this one, but if you guys, I'll just keep it out there. Keep it out. And let me bring in the, oh yeah, I bought these cartridges too, these old Nintendo old school cartridges, just for this reason, just so I can make them work with the system. But for some reason or another, I cannot find my RetroPies. Oh yeah, just found them. Sorry, just found them. Got a lot of chingaderas here, so let me move this to the side. Let's get it. Oh, did I just drop the Nintendo one that I was going to use? Yep, I just did. So we're going to leave this here. We're going to plug it in right now, and I'm going to put it on the TV so you guys can see it back there. I'll put the camera too. So on top of that, I did buy a power supply for it, which is it's not just any power supply. It's an actually it comes with a power plug, because sometimes these RetroPie systems don't have power to turn it off, and this one does. This is just an off and on button here. which when I saw it, I was like, whew, sign me up. Where do I sign for those? And this is the material I'm working with, man. This is a RetroPie Zero that I'm putting on the cartridges. It's going to have this system sticking out for the cartridges. And you could just take that cartridge with you and plug in your keyboard and mouse, and not keyboard and mouse, your controllers, and ready to go. You could take this anywhere. That's pretty much what I'm doing right now on the project that I'm working on. And you've probably seen them around, but I'm actually getting a lot better with working with that material and soldering some of the pieces. Let me get this plugged in real quick so we could get it going. All right, here we go. We're gonna change the camera and point it that way so you guys can see some of the stuff. I'm gonna bring in the camera and let's get the cable. Oh, pretty dropping shit here and there. Let me see it. I'm gonna bring the HDMI cable so you guys can see it and see what I'm working with. Here it is. Is this it? It's one of these two suckers. Here it is. This is it. HDMI. I'm not gonna tie them up together yet. It's a little loose right now. Let me see. Did I throw it right? Yeah. Okay. Make sure it's on here. Close it up. And this thing has all the plugs in the side. See the side? You pretty much just plug it into your TV. I'm gonna turn on the TV here real quick. Make sure the TV turns on. We'll plug one of them in. We'll plug one of these for now so we could program it. And I wish I had the screws right now to plug it in, but I'm just going to plug it in on the fly. You know, we're just going to do this real quick and see what you guys can see. Did the TV even turn on? Yep, it did. All right, so we got the TV. I'm going to bring the power. Let me change the camera so you guys can see it. Bring the camera lower. Right there, about that angle. Face it right behind me, right there. I got a lot of mess, so don't look, I'm a mess. I'm cleaning up. All right, there we go. All right, perfect. So the TV's on. Now we're gonna plug in the power. We're gonna go over the stuff right now and check it out. And the power is on the side. It uses the micro SD. All right, plug it in. And you should see it popping up in the back right now. It's right over my head. There it goes. And we're going to get a controller. It's coming up. It's coming up. Controller. I might put a keyboard and mouse in. Sometimes you have to. But if I'm okay, if I did program it right, it should come up with it. I know I put the NIC card in there. It should come up with it. It takes a while sometimes. Is the TV on? Yeah, TV's still on. Sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe I messed up on something, but I just like to try different. And in fact, I have another one just in case this one failed. I have a backup plan. So I have another one because that was a brand new one. And I don't know if it's going to go. So I brought the backup plan. Let me put the backup plan so you guys can see it. I'm going to turn this up. Turn it off. I knew something like this was gonna happen live, but it's okay. So I got a backup plan, man. I plan ahead, and this one does work because I personally tested out. This one has 128 gigs too, also of nothing but love. So let's try this one on. This one does work. I know it because I used it. And there it is. This is the old RetroPie 4.3. So we're going to see if I could pick up the controller and set it up. And see if I can remember how to do this shit. It's been a while. Now when you boot them up, they don't boot up instantly. They take a while. But that's why I'm changing it to a PC. That's why I ended up purchasing this. Compared to that, because this is way faster than the root Raspberry Pi. If you guys never work with the Raspberry Pi, you're gonna love it. So it comes with I got the track mode on this one, and I do have an Xbox controller set up to this system. But what I need to do was lacking. Let me see. Oh, there it goes. So I'm not gonna play any of the games right now. I'm just showing you guys that this one comes with a lot of stuff. And let me get all the Bart Simpson stuff, you know, because let me go back out. So I got the Punch Out editions. You guys remember the old school Punch Out, you know? Let me go up the hill. This is Nintendo Cube, I believe. Keep going, keep going. Streets of Rage. Damn, there's a lot of stuff on this stuff. This one has 120 gigs of nothing but games. And right now I'm putting in favorites. I didn't even go on the actual games itself. There's so many games in here. There's games I have not even freaking played with them, man. Let me keep going. Outrun Mario, you know, your old school Mario games, you know. Oh, who can remember Mortal Kombat on this? This is one of all-time favorites of a lot of people. So mine's, it was too. But you can't beat something like Tekken 3 or this one. If you're not familiar with Mario Kart, then you have a problem. You know, it's one of the things that I freaking like. One of my favorite also is Bubble Bubble. Cheesy graphics, but really good playability. I mean, there's so much shit in here that I wish I could show you guys. But I'm not going to show you the gameplay right now. I'll let you guys do it. And I'm doing all this on the control, alright? All this on the control pre-program. It's on this box, on the secondary box I just brought in right now. I'm going to program the other one, make sure it works. Let me see if I can't even pick it up because it's connected. Here it goes. It's on this camera. You guys can see it on this camera. And this one, I'm going to make sure this one works before I even give it out. I'm not going to give you guys a piece of crap. The thing is, it was made for B, and I remember that I programmed it for the B version. This is not B version. This is the A version. So if you're not familiar with Raspberry Pi, that's one of the things I do. So other than that, it's just stuff like this. Now, on the next build that I'm doing, it's going to be this system here. And you can see on this camera here, if you guys can see it. Or I'll put it right here. It's going to be on this hard drive, on this motherboard. And the only reason, like I said, I did a review yesterday on this, is because it has a 2 gig video card built in, making this system look obsolete, running 1,000 times better than what this one is. So, and I want to make a arcade that no one else needs to go anywhere but that one system. That's pretty much my build. Let me bring the camera down lower. There we go. Alright. Alright, so we have some great stuff that I'm doing. And some of the material I just bought today is just tools, simple tools that's going to help me out. And it might help you guys out if you guys ever need some sort of help or something like that. Yesterday, I was playing games and somebody needed some help. I was able to help him. I didn't help him because he had a different issue, but there's those issues that we cannot repair. Sometimes it's a hardware or a firmware. It could be different things, but I'm still haven't given up on that. I'm still going to help him out and see what I can do. But other than that, I mean, if you guys have any questions on any of the stuff that I bought for the systems, you know, let me know. I opened them here, so when you guys buy something similar to it, at least you know you're not gonna be surprised. You know what you're gonna get. So let me turn off the TV. It's too loud. There we go. So I just opened all these things up so you guys won't be surprised and make sure you guys get them and stuff like that. Other than that, I have nothing else to add in here. I'm happy that you guys came and watched this stuff, some of the tools I have. And just like I said, if you guys need any assistance or anything like that, hit me up. And thank you guys for watching. Late to the show. I might come back. I might not. I'm not quite sure. You know, I'm debating because I really don't feel like gaming today. But I do want to game something that I saw the other day. So I might come back. Play some old school games, or maybe just play some you know which game I like? The hunting game. So I think I'm gonna come back for the hunting game and maybe start hunting in the woods of Africa. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back hunting in the woods of Africa. So we'll be back in a couple minutes. If you guys want to stick around, it's up to you. But if not, thank you for watching into the show, and we're gonna call it a stream. And we'll see you guys either today or tomorrow. Have a good night. See you. GG's.